Yes. And it's all good in the hood. It's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful, guys, I need to do something about this because this is, uh, yeah, we have, all right. Welcome to my live broadcast. It's another beautiful day in the land of the living. I hope you guys are happy and excited to be here. All right, I am just as happy to be here with you. It's another beautiful day. Instagram, check. Facebook, check. Yesterday, Facebook, you guys did not see me because I was not able to come on live. My dual broadcasting on my Zoom did not allow me to do the needful for you guys yesterday. So sorry about that. But trust me, if you want to catch up with any lives, one place that I am so grateful for is YouTube. YouTube comes correct. Like, whew, I am so grateful for my YouTube page, guys. So if you've missed any, if you've missed any
And it's
day,
all good in the hood. It's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful.
yeah, if you've missed any day with me on any of my on any live this month of June, if you've missed any day, honestly, every day has a lot of amazing nuggets and things like that. So if you've missed any day, please do well to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe on there, and of course, join the family. Welcome. B Ray Ayot. See, if I got it wrong, I'm so sorry. Thanks for joining me on the live today. Welcome. So, on today's live, we're going to be talking about clarity comes with time, clarity of purpose. A lot of people ask me this question following, they say, okay, what if I know what I'm supposed to do as a person? And then I don't know what the purpose of my gift is. There's no clarity of what I'm supposed to do with it. It's one thing for you to know that you have a gift. It's one thing for you to discover your gift, but it's another completely different it's a completely different option when you actually understand what the purpose for your gifting is. So let me just definitely dive into that. But before I dive in, I just want to say thank you. From the very bottom pit of my heart, I want to say thank you to everyone that celebrated my dad yesterday. My dad celebrated his birthday. 8 decades on earth. This man has lived for 8 decades. So he's 80 and change and some change. He's 80 plus. Like, oh my goodness, what a blessing it is. Like, seeing how your parents are growing and seeing how God is really just showing up in their lives. When I was growing up as a child in my family, my grandmother, who lived up to 101 years old, she established a culture of family prayer time. And I remember the year that she actually, traveled from Ibadan. She lived in Ibadan. She came to the house and she told my dad, who was a Muslim and just recently converted to Christianity, another story for another day. And then she said, now that my dad is a Christian, and these are some of the things that she wants us to do. And she established that at the time. And honestly, that culture has remained even in my family till now. So now, as a person, as a mom, I have morning devotion with my kids every day. Every day. In fact, in many cases, when I'm traveling and out of town, I would call them on the phone, depending on the time zone. But my children know that when they wake up, they get, it's the culture has been established. So my dad living beyond 80, I'm like, God, you're so good. You've already established and shown me the track record of knowing that we have longevity in our family. So I am grateful for that. So thank you everyone for celebrating my daddy. Turned 83 yesterday. So grateful for that. So let's dive into today. Honey Drops Foundation, welcome to the building. Oh my goodness. I'm going to give you guys a shout out in a moment, but let's talk about today's live. Clarity comes with time, clarity of purpose. In fact, Honey Drops Foundation being here gives me a very good point to use to make my point. I don't even know what that is. This is a live show, guys. So on the live, the spirit flows. You say things, sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't make sense. But trust me, stick with it. It would eventually make sense. Clarity of purpose comes with time. For example, when the Honey Drops Foundation was started in 2015, 2016, we just knew that there was a problem when it comes to domestic violence, and we wanted to raise awareness. We did not really know anything beyond that. And we started our journey just by doing some very interesting things that a lot of people were not familiar with. We started by doing a beauty pageant. We hosted a beauty pageant, and that beauty pageant led us to where we are today, almost 9 years later. This is our 9th year being a global nonprofit. So we did not have clarity of what our purpose was in the community. We did not even know that we could become a global entity, when we started. But we started the journey and we continue to walk. Even days when we did not know what our next step was going to be, or we did not have enough resources to cover some of the expenses that we had, we just kept on going. But clarity continued to come. A few years in, we established the niche within the teenage demographic. We started to cater to teenagers, youth. We focused on youth. And then once people began to identify us as the go-to NGO or nonprofit for youth education, they would come to us to do different things, partnerships, collaborations. We would be invited. We were able to establish the platform. And then eventually we expanded. I ran into a lady this couple of weeks who talked about the fact that she knew me in 2016 when I started. I did not know her because that first event, I had so many people attend because I had to really bring in the help of a lot of support, a lot of people that helped me to get it off the ground, which I'm so grateful for. Nobody ever gets to the top on their own. So if you think your success is because you made it by yourself, no. Think hard. You're going to realize that there were people that got put in your life that came through, that supported, that helped you to get to the top. And always remember to look back and say thank you. So this lady, she's from Kenya. I did not know her before. And she said, oh, doctor, I know you. I heard your voice talking to someone at an event. And I said, I know that voice. And I'm thinking, okay, that was really amazing because first of all, I did not know who she was. She identified me just by the signature of my voice. Yay, voice, yay, voice, yay, gift. I love it. Thank you, God, for my gift. And she said, I remember when you started your NGO, your nonprofit in 2016. I was like, wow, she definitely knows me because if she knew the year as far back as 2016 and she was able to recollect in 2024, then this woman knows me. And she talked about the fact that when you started, this is what you did. This is how you did it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. And then she recollected so many things. She said, I remember you saying you were going to establish a program for men. How is that? Did you ever get to do that? I said, yes, we did. And we're doing so well with it. It was so amazing that when we started, we had a vision. There was no clarity of a plan. There was no clarity of a pathway that we were going to take. We did not even know where the money was going to come from because the very first event we had, I literally emptied my bank account to do that event. And after that, I was like, okay, so what happens next? And everyone is like, you don't really spend your money on nonprofit work. You know that, right? I'm like, really? I did not know that. Why did they? It meant that I was sold out for my mission. I was sold out for the vision that God had given me for my life. I was already sold out for it. So I was willing to put all my cards, all my chips on the table for this mission. So I did that. And then fast forward 9 years later, we have our programs. We're thriving. We're growing. We're expanding. We're in Africa. We're in the United States. I mean, come on now. God has been so good. But there was no clarity of all of this expansion and growth when we first started. So even when you identify what your gift is, even when you identify what the mission of your gift is, you're going to gain clarity over time. And that is why consistency is important. That is why showing up for yourself, even when nobody else is showing up for you, is important. It's so important for you to keep showing up. For many years, the Honey Drops Foundation has been doing the work. Trust me, there are people that I have reached out to over and over, support us now, give us help, blah, blah, blah. But regardless of whether or not they showed up for me, I showed up for myself. I showed up for my team. I showed up for the mission that God, thank you so much, sir, that God gave us for the foundation and several other things. So there is no clarity when you start. A lot of people want to know everything. And I talk about this, our generation, right? Millennials, we're a bit more distant with it. But when you talk about the Gen X, Y, Z, those babies of ours, our younger ones, our babies, our children, and even for some of us who are already getting the grandbabies in, I don't even know how that's possible, but some of my friends have grandbabies. And they want to know everything. Like, tell me, give me all the facts right now. But I don't have all the facts. And I just heard a man of God say something like, if you're going to walk with God and he's the gift giver, he gives you your gifts, he encourages you to understand your gifts. And that's why we're doing the DYG challenge, July 1st through the 3rd. So discover your gift challenge. If you want to be a part of it, it's a free 3-day challenge that you're going to be working with me to discover your gifts, begin and establish a relationship with the gift giver. And then we're going to now determine what is the assignment for your gift. And I promise you that the assignment that you're going to get, the value that you're going to want to express your gifts in might be where you start, but it won't be where you end up. It won't be everything. It won't be everything that you get to do. Sorry, Instagram, so sorry. Let me turn on my do not disturb. Forgot to do that. I forgot to do that. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. So sorry. A call came in. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Where you start see where I am today with Dr. OJ Speaks, where I am today with my career, my plan, where I am today with my business, where I am today with everything that I'm doing is not where I started. Started out as a makeup artist, slinging makeup, begging people, can I do your makeup? Can I help? And then built the brand and people knew me and then they won't want to pay. And then eventually I developed a very steady clientele who were willing to pay. And it was just a transition, evolution. And look at it today, 2024. I'm a global international speaker. I teach, I educate. I have so many things that God has allowed me to birth through my gifts, but there was no clarity. In 2016, when the foundation started, I did not know I was going to be a published author 2 years later. And then 2 years later, when I published my first book, I did not know I was going to be a twice, thrice, 4 times published author. A couple of years later, come on now, I did not know all of these things back then, but I kept on showing up. And it was so funny that people that I did not even know, who had been a part of my journey, they had been watching, they identified the consistency in what they had experienced with me from back then till now. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And that is why I want to tell you guys, it's important for you. If you're going to build anything, even when you know you have the gift and the ability, you still have to show up consistently. You have to build credibility. You have to build your reputation. And all of that happens with time. Even working with God, working with God, when you start, when you get to know him, when you invite him into your heart and everything is going well, you're going to be able to start, You're going to be able to start doing what you need to do. You're going to be able to start with time. Everything happens with time. Sorry, guys, one of my broadcast lines just went down and I don't know why, so I'm going to start over again. But it's okay. That's life. We keep moving. So we keep showing up for ourselves regardless of what happens, regardless of the obstacles along the way. We keep doing what we need to do. The only person that ever determines how far you go or how far you don't go is you. And guess what? Even the enemy does not get to make that choice. They might come at you to fight you in many ways, but it's up to you to continue to fashion your weapons. With God, the Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They are mighty in Christ for the pulling down of strongholds. So it's up to you to continue to determine which weapon to use to attack the situation. The situation is not going to, life is going to keep life in. Like, I'm working with a new business partner and, we're supposed to get started on certain things. And literally for almost a month now, it's like one excuse after the other. Oh, I have to help my dad today. Oh, I have to do this tomorrow. Oh, I have to do that. After a while, I said, you know what, when you're really good and ready, let's get started. But the reality of what I know is there is always something waiting for you when you set your mind and your intention to discover your gift, to move with purpose and intention, to do what God has called you to do. Trust me, there's something waiting to say, no, you're not. Who do you think you are? What gave you the impression that you think you're just going to show up in this world and you're just going to make an impact? You're just going to do and be all that God created you to be? No, we are here to stop you because we are here to do that. But now as a human being, you have to intentionally say, okay, you know what? You keep trying to stop me, but I'm going to keep trying to figure out a way to keep moving forward in spite of you trying to stop me. You make that business fail, but I'm going to pivot my way and navigate my way into another place where my gifts can still be relevant. You keep trying to bring difficulty my way, but I'm going to figure out a way to ensure that I get better. I become better. You know, it doesn't get easier. You just have to get better. You have to become better. That is life. That is the truth. That's the reality that we're all facing. So when you see people who have achieved greatness over time, don't think they had it easy or they had an advantage. Whatever advantages they had to show up to make those advantages work for themselves. You know, nobody gives you an opportunity to speak. Create your opportunity. Start mastering and start practicing. Start doing what you can in your own little way. Start making things work for yourself. Start investing in yourself. You have to get better to have more in life. You know, you don't get out of life what you want. I mean, I want $1 billion, but then if I don't have the $1 billion, it's evident that I have not become the person that can actually manage or gain access to that amount of money. But by the time I become that person, trust me, it will automatically flow to me. So the reality of life is your purpose and clarity of how your life is supposed to play out. It happens with time. Time is something that we all have. We might have a lot of it, like my dad who's lived 8 decades, but I have friends who died in their 30s. I have friends who passed away in their 40s. And we have children who are born and they died the next day. So they didn't even have a lot of the time. So you don't know how much time you have. Bottom line is start now. And begin to gain clarity as you go along the way, because you don't know how much time you have access to. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm hoping that the time that I've had, that I've spent, and the decades that I've been able to live on this earth, I've been able to do something. And then I'm praying also, I'm working really hard that the rest of my time, however long it is, I'm able to do so much more. But I don't have clarity for what the rest of this decade is. But I know what today needs to look like. I know that today we're going to be on this live and we're here right now. I knew that today I had to be at the doctor's office and I went in for that. I know that today there's certain things I'm going to have to do for my team. I have to do this and that. And we're getting it done. So day by day, week by week, month by month, clarity comes. And I know that, okay, what if I did something today and it didn't work out? Okay, I'm going to go back and look at it and figure out a better way to do it tomorrow. So that way, nothing stops me, so that my purpose in life can be fulfilled. And I know that in this season, this is the purpose: to educate, to teach, to help coach other people into their divine assignment. Next decade, it might be different. It might be me doing something else that God has for me. Who knows? I don't know, but I trust him. Because as much as I continue to move and trust him and continue to do what I need to do on a daily basis, living in my purpose, using my gifts, as in my gift is the one thing that I use every season. As a mom, I use my gifts. As a friend, I use my gift. As a business owner, my gifts are very important to me being able to establish myself and bring value to the marketplace. So your purpose and clarity of your purpose comes with time. And that is something that we all have to give ourselves. We cannot rush into these things, but we have to get started anyway. You know, I give the analogy, the analogy of a seed, right? The Bible talks about it. Unless a grain of corn falls to the ground and is dead, that means when the corn gets in the ground, it gets broken apart. If you guys know the process of photosynthesis and how seeds germinate and things like that, science teacher, don't mind me. But the process is the seed sort of has to die. It gets broken apart and then it starts to germinate. And with all of the right resources, water, air, and everything, it comes to life. But every seed has its own timing. That's why we don't get every type of food product every season. There's a season for corn, there's a season for yam, there's a season for tomatoes and peppers and all of it. You get my drift. So please, clarity comes with time. The purpose for your gift will be made clear as you continue to express it. You speak one day, somebody hears you speak, or you sing it and you something. I don't know why you use singing and speaking. Maybe because those are the two gifts that I'm very familiar with, right? Or you write a book. Maybe your first book didn't do so good. But then you write the book, somebody reads it. Eventually, you continue to write. You don't stop writing, because maybe not every book you write will be a bestseller or blockbuster. But I promise you, Each book that God has put on the inside of you, the concept and the idea will come out to fulfill the intention that it was supposed to fulfill. Do you know that some people write a book just so that one person's life can be transformed? That's crazy, y'all. To imagine that God will put one person through the whole arduous process. Trust me, it's a very difficult process writing a book. And you write that book, and his intention is for one life to be changed and transformed. Well, that's okay, because one life means a lot. Every life matters to him. So whatever he has to do to ensure that everyone comes in contact with his goodness and his grace, he will do it. So guys, clarity of purpose comes with time. It's not something that you can filter through. It's not something that you have a step 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to go A, B, C, D and get it done. No, you have to move with intention. And a lot of faith is required. You have to have faith. Oh my God. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for. Faith. That's what faith is. The evidence of things hoped for. So we hope every day, and that things are going to turn out. What if they don't? You keep having faith anyway, right? Yes, that's what faith is. You keep believing. Even when the opposite, the contrary happens, you have to keep believing that there is a better future for you. So that's why, having these lives and having these conversations online is so important, because I know that many of us need encouragement. We need reminding. We need to reinforce that which we have heard, we have known, something that we are very aware of. But because of our humanity, we need to ensure that we are always being put in the presence of hearing what we need to hear, so that way our faith is built up and we can keep going. But the thing is, you have to live beyond needing someone to jumpstart your battery all the time. You have to live from a place of inspiration. That means you are internally motivated to do and become. You have to build yourself up outside of motivation. That means someone coming in to motivate you. You have to build yourself from a place of your innate ability, your desire, burning desire to do and become more in life. At that point, you become unstoppable. At that point, life has nothing on you. So even when it comes with its hardest punches and you're being hit hard, you're going to know that, okay, you know what? Yes, this really sucks. It's really, really sucks that I have to go through this. But guess what? I'm going to get through it and I'm going to be better. At the end of it, I'm going to do well. So guys, even if you don't know for sure what the direction or the path is for you to get to your destination, one thing is the GPS location has been set. Your destination has been set. Your destiny has been set. That's something that is set. However, not everybody makes it to their destination. Not everybody makes it to their destination, not because they are bad people, not because there's something that they did wrong or something. It's just the fact that for some of us, we just don't give things time to work out. So for example, you have a gift. It's a great gift. Everyone's gift is great. And you start expressing it and you get to a path in the journey on the road where it feels like, this is not working. This is not for me. This is not working. I'm just going to go around and do something else. And you give up. So that is a typical example of not getting to your destination because you gave up short of the success that your gift was supposed to give to you. It's like the story of a father and a son. They bought a gold mine. And the gold mine was supposed to give them gold. But of course, they have to dig for gold. You have to dig for it. That's why we're all gold diggers. So women, men, when somebody calls you a gold digger, you need to start embracing that term. It's no longer an insult in 2024. When somebody calls you a gold digger, you'll be like, okay, I'm a gold digger. Yes, let's go. Because I'm digging for gold in myself every single day. I'm digging for gold, I'm digging for platinum, I'm digging for precious stones, I'm digging for all of the precious things that God has placed on the inside of me to come out so that the world can be beautiful because I was here, so that the world can be more flashy and bling bling because I showed up, right? So this father and son had this gold mine and they were digging. They did not have the best equipment. So after a while, they're like, this thing is not going to work. There's nothing here. We've dug so deep and nothing has showed up. So they now wanted to cut their losses and they felt like, okay, we've made this investment. Thus far we have come. Let's try to at least cut our losses. Let's cut our losses so that way we can move on to something else. And they sold that gold mine to somebody. And the guy that they sold it to bought the gold mine. And then what he did was he hired a professional who was able to use some type of advanced instrument to look into the ground to see if there was actually gold in the ground, right? So that person was like, oh, no, like they literally had to dig. Maybe they had dug so deep, but they didn't have so much further to go to have touched the gold. So this person who already owns the field now employed this person and they dug. It wasn't even that much deeper that they had to dig, guys. And they came in contact with gold. And of course, you know what the end of the story is, right? Somebody becomes a wealthy whatever, and the other family is like just left with crumbs, just a little bit to get by. But there was nothing that they could do. They couldn't go back and say, give us back our land. No, you already sold it, right? So that is what happens to a lot of us, that we're going through life and we do not allow time to help us get to our destination. We don't allow time to maneuver itself in our space so that way we can keep on going. Time is just a measure of how much you have put in yourself. So let it just keep doing what it needs to do. But while time is passing, make sure you're doing the best for yourself every day. Complacency is not an option. Mediocrity is not an option. You have to keep going at it. You have to keep doing. You have to keep engaging. You have to keep expressing your gifts. And then after the time that is allotted for you to get to your fullness, that time is going to come. It comes for everyone. It's like a mother who is pregnant and you're like, okay, you're 40 weeks. Some people get overdue with pregnancy. It's like, okay, after 40 weeks, the baby is not coming. Then the doctors are going to, suggest that you induce the baby to come. So even though if you feel like your time is past due, then maybe there's an induction process. Maybe there are certain things that need to be done extra to push that baby out of you. Maybe you need to hire a coach. You need to bring someone into your life who's going to be the midwife to help you push that baby out. You might not be able to get yourself where you need to get to by yourself. So if you know that the fullness of time has come and then you're trying everything you can, but you can't really achieve it by yourself, then you need to bring help in. And that's the reason why God blesses us with multiple gifts. Some of us have the gift and others have other gifts to support our gifts. That's what makes the world a beautiful place. So even for me as a coach, I actually work with another advanced coach who helps me fine-tune all of my skills, who helps me push my ideas and makes it more clear in how I need to express it, in how I need to engage, in how I need to be profitable in it. So that is the beauty of life, guys. Time brings clarity of purpose. Time is such a very valuable gift, but it's only valuable to those who make the best of it, guys. Because if you don't make the best of the time that you're given, then it just becomes something that you really do not like. Because people will get to the end of their lives and they're going to be full of a lot of regret. They're going to be full of regret that they didn't try as much as they needed to, that they did not take risk that they needed to take. They were too gun shy. They held on to their risk appetite too much. They held on to everything that they had rather than, putting it out there and letting the world be better because they came by. They were too afraid. So guys, time really is the one that births our purpose and it brings clarity over time. But keep having faith, keep believing, not just in your gifts and yourself, keep having faith and believing in the gift giver, the one that gave you the gift, that the fact that he gave it to you, the fact that he keeps you alive, breathing this air that he's giving us every single day is enough evidence for you to know that there is a purpose for you. And you're going to achieve it if you don't give up. And if you continue to build a relationship with him, that's important. It's one thing to not give up. It's another thing to have a relationship with the gift giver that allows you to actually get what you need to bring your gifts to life. So guys, join us July 1st through the 3rd for our DYG challenge. That's amazing. It's free. It's a gift. It's just going to take 3 days of your time that will be well worth it for you to discover what your gift is, build a relationship with the gift giver, and then begin to figure out, okay, what is the mission for this gift that I have in my hands, right? It's going to be a fun time with me and my community village people. Yes, my village fams, as I call them. All right, y'all. I love coming through for you guys. I really hope today's live has been beneficial. It has blessed you. If it has, please do well to share this live with someone so that way they get this message and they can also be better. And of course, drop a comment below in the DMs. Gift. Comment gift in my DM so that way on Instagram. Yes, let me clarify. DM me the word gift on Instagram so that I can send you a link to get you registered for the DYG challenge. It's a free 3-day challenge that everyone's going to be doing in July 1st through the 3rd. We're almost there, guys, and you don't want to miss out on this one. It's going to be good. All right, y'all, as always, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, you know why you need to subscribe? Because YouTube is the one platform that I'm able to broadcast on. Yeah, no, put it on in my DMs. Thank you so much, B-Ray. Put it in my DM. So once I close the live, just DM me the word gift and I'll send you a link to register for the free 3-day challenge. Thank you so much. Because if you DM me here, gift on the live, once I get off the live, I will not be able to find the comment. It sort of disappears. I don't know why. So please do well to go into my DMs. You can do that right now. Just DM me the word gift. Okay. Thank you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of my lives and so many other content on my YouTube channel. Literally, you're going to love being a part of that community. Amazing content, amazing conversations, vlogs, fun times with Dr. OJ. So many amazing things on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe. Subscription, is free. So do well to subscribe, help me grow my community, be part of the process, comment on the videos, let me know what you would like to see, and we can, bring it on as long as it's part of what we present on there. Thank you. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is the place to be. Follow me on all socials, Dr. OJ Speaks, of course. As always, I love you guys so much. Don't forget, clarity comes with time. Every one of us, we're just trying to figure this thing out, Don't look at other people and think that they have it all figured out. The reality is that everybody is also trying to figure it out one step at a time. So nobody ever has it figured out from day one. Nobody. Anyone that you see today that seems to know what they're doing and they're doing boom, 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 and they're showing up, trust me, they've had to go through all the cloudiness. They've had to go through all of the beginning stages and building and stuff. And then even when you get to the top of your game, where you feel like, okay, you've arrived, then you still have to gain clarity to sustain. You still have to gain clarity to elevate. You still have to gain clarity to expand. So clarity of purpose is always evolving. It just depends on the level that you're at. It looks a little different when you are starting. It looks a bit more different when you are on your way. And even when you have arrived, it looks very different because at the top of the mountain, it's even it's a very tough thing to see how to sustain that altitude. And it's tough for you to see how, okay, we're sustaining the altitude, but how do we continue to reach and do everything and make sure we maintain the impact and the level of purpose? My dear, clarity is an ongoing thing and it comes with time, and your purpose continues to evolve as you complete every assignment. Your assignment for this season might be, hey, Dr. O, focus on the youth. Your assignment for next season might be, now you have to do this. Your assignment might be, oh, now you get to travel the world. Your assignment might be, okay, now you got to slow down and raise your kids. And so that while you're raising them, the assignment continues to evolve, but God is Lord over all. And it makes everything beautiful in its own time. So trust Him for clarity to come. And in God's own time, everything's going to be beautiful. All right, guys, I got to get off the live now. As always, I love you. You can go back and watch this live. Facebook, sorry, guys. My live got cut off. I had to start over, but go to my YouTube page. Dr. OJ Speaks TV. Subscribe and watch the live in its full length. And of course, share with your village people so that we can have more village community members join our village farms. Tell them your village chief, Dr. O, said so. And she's a very, very welcoming chief. So join our community, be part of our village. I love my village farms. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Until next time, bye guys. Which one do I